Welcome to Stamping Crafty with Carolyn. My name's Carolyn Levitsky, and I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin'. I have a beautiful card today to do for you and show you, but before I do that, below my video, give me a thumbs up please if you like my card and you like my video. Also, down below is subscribe. Please click that subscribe button and ring the bell so each time one of my video airs, you'll be notified. We have celebration coming up in less than a month. Lot of new items coming out, some Christmas things, and also if you would like to become a demonstrator, perhaps you're spending a lot of money on your supplies. Well, this would be one way to cut that down. And you don't have to go out and sell. You do not have to do YouTube videos. If you just want to use it for yourself to give yourself a little break in what you're spending, that would be the way to do it. And they have a wonderful incentive for you to become a demonstrator. I hope you'll join. I hope you join my team. If you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Everything I can do, I will do. We have a wonderful team. It's a large team actually because it's so good. And people, we have a technical advisor as well as people who just will go out of their way to help you. So let me show you what we're making today. I made this very, I think, beautiful card, and I'm calling it the Layered Expressions in Ink. Lots of layers on this particular card. And I do have gold foil backing everything, backing this and backing the sentiment. And inside the card, we have that lovely stamp. And we'll get into that as I do the card. I'm going to do this same card just in a different color. So let's get started. I have Mossy Meadow, and this is 11 inches by 4 1/4, and some gold foil which I embossed. We also have a strip for the layer above the embossed piece, which is 2 inches by 5 inches. And then on top of that, we have expressions in ink paper, the gold and white. And on top of that, I told you it was a layered card. On top of that, we have Mossy Meadow again. And it is 3 by 4 inches. And on top of that, we have an expressions in ink layer, which is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And inside the card, we have a 4 inch by 5 1/2 inch mat. So now all of the dimensions that I just mentioned will be shown under the video, and it says show more. If you click on show more, all of the dimensions and the supplies will be there for you to view. So let's turn the camera down and get started. And let me get my glasses on so I can see exactly what I'm doing, and make sure you have a good view of everything that I'm doing. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we'll take the base, which is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, already scored at 5 1/2. And of course, we need to burnish that. Now the next thing we're going to do is on this base, we are going to apply this gold foil cardstock, which is available through Stampin' Up. And when I embossed it, I used the Painted Texture 3D embossing folder. Now, it is a 3D folder. You need to look at your cut and emboss machine to see how you're going to run this 3D folder through. Each machine's a little different, and when you're using the 3D, that will be different from your regular embossing. Let me just put that aside, and we're going to run some Stampin' Seal. Oops, we seem to have a little bit of paper here. There we go. Isn't this gold gorgeous, especially when it's embossed? So we'll just take and add this to our card base. We'll just look at the sides, the top and the bottom, make sure that it's all straight, and it is. So we have that down. The next thing we need to do is we need to get our second layer, which is 2 inches by 5 inches, and we're going to apply this Expressions in Ink gold and white stripe to it, leaving about 1/4 inch border to frame it. I hope you like this card. I think it's just beautiful. I love the paper. And we're going to do the same thing as we attach. We'll just sort of look at the top, the sides, and the bottom. Make sure it's all pretty much equal. We're just eyeing it. And if it seems to be right, then we're going to tap it down. And now we're going to put it here on the front of the card. Just like that. So we'll apply some more Stampin' Seal. Sounds like they're mowing the grass again outside on me. I don't know. It must be something about me doing videos where they decide to mow grass. Okay, we need to line this up. Make sure we have the same amount of space. Leave about a 1/4 inch from the border of the gold here, and up and down the bottom and top, and just apply that. Simple, very simple. And it goes fast because I have everything already cut. Now, this Expressions in Ink is going to go on this layer. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 layers, not including, including the base, 2, 3, 4. So we're putting 5 and 6 layers on, and we will take this and run some Stampin' Seal. So many beautiful designer series paper in this catalog. But this one surely is my favorite. And we're going to do the same. We're going to look top, bottom, sides to see that everything is lined up before we press it down. And we do need to do a little adjusting here. Nope. Okay. Third time's a charm. There we go. Now this is going to be glued to the top of this, and we need to leave space here. We need to be able to see the gold almost approximately the same amount, about a 1/4 of an inch here. And of course the top and bottom needs to be lined up also. So let's get that started. All right, I'm first going to look to my side here to make sure that I'm leaving approximately the same amount of space. And then I'm going to look over here to be sure that it's lined up, and top and bottom, we want that too. I think I'm going to move this in just a little bit. Just a little bit. We need to be sure top and bottom are approximately the same width. And there we go. So right now, this is the way our card looks. Isn't that beautiful? Just love that gold foil. It just makes everything pop. All right, now I'm going to need to put a salutation, a tag on this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the green. This is the Mossy Meadow. Line it up. And make sure we don't have anything, any spaces showing. And there's that beautiful tag. And that was made from the Elegant Tag set. Now I'm going to do a piece in gold because I'm going to shadow that other piece I just punched out with gold. We need to carry the gold throughout. So this is the way that's going to go. I just got some glue on it. Oh, let's see. It's going to go like so. Or maybe it should go like so. Like that. Yeah, I think it should go like that. And we can put it this way. Let's see if we bring it down a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. But before I do that, I do want to stamp it. And I do want to get out my Memento Black. I was going to use the Mossy Meadow, but I don't think it's going to show up. On the pink, I did use the Magenta Madness ink, and that did show up. I don't know that. I think the black will show up much better. I'm going to put this, try and center it. Now, when you use your stamp pads, don't keep just stamping in the center, because what you do is you dry the center out. So you need to take your stamp and go all over. Try not to rock it as you're doing it. And let's put this away because that's just inviting disaster, leaving a stamp pad opened like that. So we're going to try and center this. Now when you put it down, just hold it lightly. Pull it up. And it says, all things you do are simply amazing. And that is from the Elegantly Said stamp set, which is a gorgeous stamp set. I need to decide what am I going to do with this. I have already smudged some tape on there, so I don't want that to show on my card. So I think what I'll do is do it this way. Cover that up. And we still have a shadow effect with the gold. Okay, I think that's a great idea. So let's put some tape runner on this. And we'll apply it. Like so. And then I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals. I've got them right here. Excuse me. And I'm going to put Stampin' Dimensionals on this. I did not do that on the pink card, but I think that it will really look so much nicer with the Stampin' Dimensionals. And we'll use our Take a Pic tool to get off the paper on the back. It's so easy to do. And we're going to place this. Let's see, we want to center this on that. Or do we want to, now here's the thing. Do we want to center it in the card? Or do we want to center it on this top layer? I'm going to be putting a bow to the side, so perhaps we'll center it, or try to center it, just on the top layer, because the bowl is going to be taking up some room here. That looks great. All right. I have some old olive ribbon, which I'm going to use. The trick to tying a bow is to not let go of this cut end. Once you let go of the cut end, you will lose the little bunny ears or whatever it is you want to call them. So I'm going to take this. It is a double-sided colored ribbon. So putting that through, if you want the same color to show, let's do this over a little bit. You wrap it around and make sure the color you want to show on the outside is the color that goes through. Hold on to that end until you know you're not going to lose it. Pull it, adjust the little rabbit ears, pull it again, continue to adjust. And we do need to kind of get that rounded out a little bit. All right, I think that looks good. And so now we can cut these ends off. Just trying to adjust it so that the tail also looks the same as the little bunny ears. Well, just seems to be giving me a hard time. Okay, so we need a glue dot. And we'll put it on the back of this bow. And we'll put the bow in the corner just like that. So there's it's almost done. Front of the card is almost done. We do have to do the inside of the card. And before we do that, I'm going to take Rhinestone Basic Jewels, and we're going to take our Take a Pick tool and put these on. And of course, as we speak about this in each one of my videos, we want to put them on in odd numbers, series of 3s, 5s, and I'm going to put 5. There's 4, and we'll put 1 here, we'll put 1 here. The outside of our card is now finished. Now we need to do the inside. Put these away, and we need to get our mat, which is going to fit beautifully inside this card. And we'll check it, make sure both sides are clean. If one side has a little ink on it, that's the side you want to run the tape on so that it's not seen. By the way, when you put the embossed piece on, like this gold, and I don't think I mentioned it, you need to put a little more tape runner on it because it's embossed. It has spaces, and more tape will help with that. Let's get that. We got some ink on tape on there. There. Now I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow ink pad, and I'm going to stamp up this pad, or this stamp. I'm going to stamp up the stamp with the mossy green, and I think I see some of the pink on there left over. And I want to clean up my hands so we don't transfer that to the card. I'm going to stamp this beautiful. Now we could put a ribbon up here that matches this ribbon, but I think this stamp is just lovely. It's also from the Elegantly Said stamp set. Let's see, that looks like it's vellum. And of course we need to close this up and make sure I don't have any ink on my hands. And now I'm going to turn this, and we're going to put it on the side of this card. Try to get it so that it's even. Lay it down and press. Don't push. Don't give it a hard stamp when you're putting your stamps onto your paper. Let it sit for a few seconds and lift it up. Oh, that did not go on very straight, but I think I gotta live with that for now. That's too bad. I'll show you the one I did in the ink, the pink. That came out nice and straight, and it adds so much to the inside of the card. We could have run some ribbon, and I suppose we still could if I'm really unhappy about the way that came out. Let's do that. So what I need to do is I need to do a little bit of card surgery here, and we are going to just lift this up just a little. Hopefully we won't tear any paper. Tell you what, here's an easier way to do it. Let's take our heat tool, turn it on, and get the paper off, the cardstock off much easier. Let's see if that was enough. Yes, it was. Look at how easy that comes up. So now we have this opened up, and we're going to take this ribbon. Let's cut it. I think my next video may be on little tips like that. How to get your cardstock, how to remove it once you glue it down, how to fix a bad stamp that you may have put on and do not like the way it came out. Things like that. If not my next video and the one following that, it will be, let's see, we do want to cover what I have in the ink. May not be possible because it was crooked. And then we'll just run this to the back. But that's an easy way. If you put something on and you don't like the way it sits on your cardstock, all you need to do is get your heat gun out. I'm going to do this so that it sits nicely. Get your heat gun out, heat up the back of it, and your cardstock will come off without tearing the paper. So important. So, I think that looks pretty good. And there you have it. And there we have our card. I do love the way the gold brings out the Expressions in Ink Designer Series paper. It truly is gorgeous. I hope you like it. Let me put them down so you can get a better look at it. Now don't forget, everything that I have used and all the dimensions will be under the video. Okay, hi again. Well, that's all I have for you today. I do hope you enjoyed this card. And try and make it. It's not a difficult card to make. You just need to have the supplies. And if you need a demonstrator to help you order those supplies, I would love to be your demonstrator. Just leave me a message and I will get back to you, I promise. Thank you so much for joining me today. My host code, which you will need if you're going to be doing any ordering, is at the beginning of the video as well as the end, and I did have my host code down on my worksheet. So please use that when you order. I would appreciate it. I do appreciate having you here with me and you giving me your time. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.